Are one of your people mysteriously starving? Are zombies on your lawns eating all of your brains? Does everything just make you want to throw fireballs until the whole world catches fire? Well, if so, this tutorial will help you through the early steps of Retro-Pixel Castles, so that your people can die in newer and more interesting ways in the later game. To start off, this is the world map. Each of those little points is one of the maps you can choose. It doesn't matter which you choose, but each one will change the scenery and the area you play. On the left we have villages, with all showing all of your villages. Those in limbo you can use on the map, and the world which are active right now. Same over here with resources. And also over here we have peaceful mode with nothing attacking you, sandbox mode where you can do whatever you like, and survival mode, the way the game is meant to be played. We'll be going into survival mode to show you how the world works on one of these. Let's get into it. So when you get in, you'll see a lot of icons. None of these matter for the very beginning. On the right side is your building selection. On your left side will be the jobs your people can do. You'll notice a big button here saying place camp. You'll want to place your camp down, but first of all, you want to look around for resources. There are technically five main resources in the game. You want to make sure you have enough trees for building. These blue things are crystals. You'll be wanting them to build magic items and defences. We of course then have stone for more advanced buildings, and we have food. Food, very important, keeping your people alive. It looks like these little things over here, which are carrots. So I'm just going to plop down my building here. First thing that happens is people will pour in. When you start off, they will be automatically enslaved by the building. As you can see, we have 24 of 24 builders stuck here. That is very important. If you do not take your builders off of this, they will not be able to do other jobs. They cannot have two jobs at once. So see this, plus and minus. Remember this, you do want to take people off the building to put onto other jobs in the future. Now, at the very beginning you don't have any workshops, carpenters or woodcutters. Your builders will take what resources they need if you mark them. Your marking buildings are down here. Wood, rock, food and crystal. To do that you simply drag over here. See that? This wood is now marked for taking. Our woodcutters would take that if we have them, but we don't. So our builders will take the wood. Our builders will take the stone. We cannot mark food right now, so we do not have any farms, but we can mark crystals. Food being very important, you want to put down your buildings to start off with, but let's get into it. To build buildings, it's very simple. You go to the buildings tab and you click on the item, then you click on the building. Do not be scared, we'll get you through the very beginning. So, our people will need at the very beginning housing to sleep, otherwise they will die in the cold of winter and the heat of summer. They also sleep inside their buildings to regain their health and have awesome amounts of sex, where they start populating your village to extreme amounts and killing you through a population explosion and you run out of food. Fun times ahead for you. Now I have put down 3 buildings. The tents only hold 6 slots. You'll be wanting exactly as many buildings as you can for your population. You can only build so many buildings as well. See this? 4 of 8 buildings. To get more buildings you upgrade your camp, which gives you a couple of extra slots and also gives you access to ancillary buildings. Each ancillary building also gives you extra building slots, and it can also be upgraded for more slots as well. So every upgrade of your village gives you 1 more ancillary building, and each one of those things can be upgraded for more slots too. So keep an eye on how many slots you have left. However, that is not important right now. You need to build, so we need to get some farming down. There are small farms and large farms. I would suggest going for large farms to start off with and making them your priority to get built. If, like this, there is stuff in the way of you building, you can destroy Mother Nature itself with this button here, Destroy Terrain, in the bottom right. I suggest destroying flowers because they get in the way and they actively hamper everything you do. Screw flowers. Screw flowers. So make sure you get those buildings down. We will return when those are built. Excellent, our first building is built. As you can see here, it says no workers. So, according to this, we have 8 spare people. But we're going to imagine we don't. So, if you want to have more farmers from your builders, you have to remove the 4 farmers directly from the builder population. See, that's -4. those builders will become regular peasants and do nothing. That makes them available for new jobs. That is very important. If you have everyone on builder work at the beginning, they will not take other jobs and your people could starve or die or run out of resources. So please make sure you either have some unemployed people or to use this tab to get rid of them. Or alternatively, you can click on the building and remove them directly from the population for that building type that way. Now, our farms have abilities, they have farmers, they do not have food, so we're going to go back down to harvest food and tab it. Our farmers will then grab the food and take it to the farms where it will slowly grow. Now you'll want to make sure you have a large stockpile secured for the future, because when summer arrives it will give everything drought, everyone will die, there'll be heat stroke, it will be terrible. And during winter, well, let's just say winter is coming and everyone will die when you're unprepared. And destroy you, because when winter comes, it comes with force. Other basic buildings to know, obviously in the harvesting section, you will want a lumber shack, preferably near your lumber. If you put that down, your people will start harvesting lumber straight away and they won't just need it as builders do. Builders only grab what they need when they need it. Obviously woodcutters will gather it the whole time, because your entire industry does rely on basic resources. None of that, no more advanced industry. So our people will be building that lumber shack. We also need the mining facility for long-term mining. Of course, that will take a lot longer. It is a bigger building, but that is also what you need, and we are now out of building slots. To solve that, we click on our camp, we click upgrade, and it needs 6 wood, 6 rocks. Very simple to do, very easy upgrade at the beginning. It gets more advanced the higher up you get, just like life. If of course you are upset about the priority of your building as it's taking too long, you can click on the building and see where its priority is here. See this, it says bottom. Clicking the up and down arrows obviously puts it down the priority. This is a priority list for all of your buildings, not just the ones being constructed. So you want this one to be built, put it to the top. This of course will now be at this is number 8. This will be at the bottom because it's the last thing I clicked. So the large camp will be built last, but I want more slots, so I want this put up to the top now. As you can see, the lumber shack is done, but again we need to assign some more people to it. So our last 4 willing people are going to be working as woodcutters to gather us more wood. And we are back in. As you can see, our ancillary is completed. Our large camp is complete. We can build more buildings. It is getting dangerously close to night time. When night time happens, the monsters will start attacking you more frequently. The first night you are safe, the second and plus night you are not. So you'll want defences. So, go to the defence tab. As you can see, night's arrived. Everything is peaceful. For now, they will be coming, because they do mostly come out at night. Mostly. So, you have your bow tower. A basic tower, which does need crystal. It does fire arrows. I've been putting these buildings down to show you what they are. We have the bullet tower, which fires rocks. We have the firebolt tower, which fires mana. And we have the sling tower, which also fires rocks, but fires them in a limited arc. As you can see, each one needs different resources. They all need crystal apart from the sling tower, which needs ammo. The bow tower needs ammo made. And the firebolt tower, which needs a huge amount of different and more advanced resources, so we will not be covering it in this early game tutorial. Okay, so the sling tower needs munitions made from the rock tumbler, found in the manufacturing tab. The bow tower needs a boiler, also found in the manufacturing tab. Of course, each of these will need people in them to manufacture the weapons. The boiler needs wood and the rock tumbler needs rocks. When the munition is made, it will be carried to the towers that need it most. If you do not have these, they will not fire. So if you're wondering why your towers aren't firing, that could be the reason. Of course, you may be having trouble getting crystal for certain buildings. Maybe you haven't marked with your tools down below, maybe it's too far away, or maybe you just don't have the crystal harvestry up yet, which needs a more advanced material we will cover before we end the tutorial. If that is so, you'll be using your most advanced tool, yourself. If you press 0 or click up here, you have the grab tool. It can grab anyone and anything on the map. So if I want the crystals over here, I can just grab them, drop them down, and there you go. See that? grabbing the crystals, dropping them down. That's now a resource my people can use. It uses up mana from the bar. As you can see, it's that small amount here, that orange bar there, from the blue. So I can be doing it quite a while, so I can help my people gather resources from across the map, wherever and whenever I want to. See that? Got some rock, got some wood, got some crystal. You saw resources lying around the map as I was showing you the tutorial. I was grabbing resources to help my people build, so that we could get this tutorial through faster. You people need the help, and I want to give it to you rather than spending 5 whole years trying to do it. I would like to make a disclaimer while we're doing it that I'm not actually building the optimal amount of buildings for this. I'm showing you how to make the buildings and how they work. In reality, I'd have great amounts of farms, more food, and a lot more housing. Housing is needed to build up your population. People love having sex in tents. The more they have, the more chance you have of having babies. And the more empty spaces you have open in buildings, the greater chance you're attracting nomads, the second way of getting more peasants into your growing army. Day 2 has arrived, the monsters are coming. Your first day was a rest, the monsters will now be here. You'll now be needing those defences, so you will be needing bow towers. Bow towers, of course, will be needing the boyars, so do make sure you have bow towers and boyars defending yourself for early game. The other towers are more useful in certain situations, of which you will find out. I do not want to spoil the whole game for you, just to get you into the game. Oh, and of course your second set defences, of course, will be your golems. You have stone golems and wood golems available. You plop one down, it gets built with crystals, and everything that gets killed or mined leaves behind these. You see these little glowy things attracted to my cursor? This is mana. It is left behind by dead bodies and by harvesting. Anything which requires magic, like your magic towers and your golem places, will take the mana in from the world. So the more things you kill, the greater the mana you have. Of course, you can also manufacture it yourself in a more advanced way using crystals. Again, I will leave that for you to find out, unless you want to see the advanced tutorial, which may come up later. As you can tell, I have removed the extra towers. I was just showing you how they were built, and I removed the rock tumbler. I would recommend at the very beginning to have bow towers spread around your base to defend yourself from random marauding enemies. As you can see, these 3 here will protect me from all the sides in my current area. Do not overbuild unless you really want to run out of spaces. Build your towers, build your defences, get a boyars up immediately to defend yourself. And then get golems to supplement your defences as and when, but the towers are essential to surviving the night. Before we go, we'll be sorting out the spells and refining process, because you'll definitely be needing those to survive. So, of course you have to grab, so you can grab anything on the map. You then have to send to Limbo. You can click on anyone and send them to Limbo. When you do that, they go straight to Limbo, so you can use them on the world map. So you can save people from your village whenever it gets doomed because you're letting too many zombies, or because you're overrun by skeletons. And the same thing again, you can take them from Limbo. The little green bar goes across, so you can bring in resources, people and children. As you can see, I just brought in 2 more people from the map. Fire blast, very self-explanatory. Shoot a ball of fire from the sky to wipe out the enemy and their spawners. The enemy does have spawners. They will spawn in large numbers. Use the fire blast and the flame spell to destroy them. Of course, you have motivate land. You can use it to motivate to grow wood, to grow crystals, to grow food. But be wary that your people will get stuck inside the forest when it grows around them and tries to devour them in its green, leafy embrace. The forest does love capturing people, so be careful of that. You will probably need to save them using the grab spell. We then of course have Dissolve. Dissolve is used to dissolve the dead bodies and crystal to give you mana. It is one way of getting mana to keep on going. And of course you then have the heal spell, very self-explanatory, used to heal your people to keep you going. The magic torch, used to give yourself light, very cheap, very effective at lighting up night. Of course you then have distract, to keep your people from doing very stupid things. To stop your villagers from doing stupid things like getting in and out of sticky situations, they are very stupid. You then have recall, to make sure that they're doing something really stupid, you can definitely pull them back to your village, And then, if they're doing really suicidal things, like they will eventually do, you then have Banish, which makes the monsters be pushed away to one of the far corners of the map. Very useful when they try and pick up socks or something, like dwarfs. There's Spotlight, which is another light, but this one follows your hand rather than staying in one place. Very useful for the night time. And of course, Resurrect. You need to use this because when your people die, there is a chance people will come back as a ghost at night. And what they do is they walk around and look through your tent windows and watch your people have sex. It puts them off and may mean they do want to see some kind of therapist for the rest of their life. So use Resurrect. It is very expensive but very useful if you're suffering a lot of casualties, like I usually do. Either way, that will help you. And finally, onto refining, the lumber mill turns your wood into boards for the more advanced buildings. Then you have the stone cuttery, it turns your rocks into stones for more advanced buildings. Yeah, it turns rocks into stones, not blocks, into stones. Rocks to stones, they're the same kind of thing, but whatever. And then there's the crystillery, which turns your crystals into cryolithium. Well, I wanted them to be called soul shards, but you know, the developer Ray hates me. He doesn't like good ideas, so it's cryolithium, not soul shards. Either way, you need them for advanced buildings like your bolt towers. But remember, soul shards, tell him that a lot. But yeah, these are the 3 buildings. I have been the FallenShogun. Hopefully this crash course tutorial will help you survive the early stages of Retro-Pixel Castles. Hopefully it gets you towards the end stages so that your people can die in newer and more interesting ways. Either way, I have been the FallenShogun. Hopefully you survive. Hopefully you do see a more epic die-free ending. And I will see you in Retro-Pixel Castles. Ciao for now, people. Bye bye.